Good morning from my studio again. Lots of things happened yesterday. Many of them ostensibly were not good things. And that's what I'm going to talk about. What do you do with all those bad things that happen to you along the way? Well, let me just begin. I actually started, well, it started when I was a child. It started with the beginning of Adam and Eve in Genesis. We make plans and God laughs. But anyway, 2 or 3 days ago, I wanted to paint a sunflower. Well, my signature sunflower has dark centers. Well, the only sunflowers in my garden are sunflowers that the birds have planted, and they have yellow centers. Well, the next day, I went out and I found, seeking that perfect sunflower with the dark center, I found a rutabaga, or a black-eyed Susan, which has much the same look. Not exactly, and I'm going to talk about that today. When you draw or paint anything or write about it, you have to see what's there. There are differences in a rutabaga and a sunflower petal. The sunflower, well, there are also different kinds of sunflowers, but that sunflower has pointed petals like a star. The rutabaga, or the black-eyed Susan, has more of a looped daisy-like structure. So anyway, last night I thought, well, what I need to do is make a video about the different kinds of flowers and how they are different. Notice how that bee balm I call it the 4th of July. This is especially with this little blue vase it's sitting in. The blossoms, the petals just, I actually said the bombs bursting in air. I don't know how it goes. But anyway, it's like the 4th of July. It's explosive. Then we had this diminutive, subtle will-o'-the-wisp bachelor button. They're all different. Well, anyway, I went out this morning and I thought, well, I'm going to go into my garden and take pictures of different flowers in my garden and talk about how they're different. Fortunately, I'd already cut these. But anyway, guess what? I couldn't find my iPhone. Yesterday was a moving day, and the young man who came to help me with my garden helped me move things. And somewhere along the day, my iPhone got buried. Well, I had intended to go make that video in my garden of my flowers. My day was ruined. Or it could have been, potentially. Things didn't go according to plan. Things don't go according to plan a lot of times in my life, and I would love it if I could control everything, but I can't. I am probably 5 steps from being narcissistic. Narcissists love to control everything, and probably would have been if I hadn't been in a devastating car wreck when I was in college, and I realized right then I don't have a whole lot of control. And But I still tend to, when things bottle up and one thing after another goes wrong, I tend to become reclusive and go into my shell. I quit creating. And that's when all of when my brain turns up in on itself, I get depressed. I don't paint. I don't draw. I don't write. Well, that happened to me in a big way. It's happened to me many times. But and a friend gave me this book. She recognized, and actually she had a bookstore at that time. She no longer has that bookstore. But anyway, she was a big reader, probably a bigger reader than I am. But anyway, she ran across this book, The Artist's Way. A course in discovering and recovering your creative self. The Artist's Way. Well, it asked me to do something I didn't want to do. it asked me to write every day. I didn't want to write. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to sit, barely wanted to read. In fact, for a long time, I didn't even read the book. I thought, heck, it ain't going to help me. I know me. But finally, I succumbed. I guess things just got so desperate I couldn't help myself anymore. So I read the book begrudgingly at first. And then I finally thought, well, let me give it a try. In the book, Julia Cameron, the book is fabulous. It talks about perfectionism and how perfectionism breeds fear. Fear is the biggest reason that artists become blocked creatively. It's the need to be perfect, and you feel like you can't be perfect, so you just won't do anything at all. She talks about that. She has lots of different quotes in the book from other artists who survived or didn't survive, maybe, but they fought the good fight. So it's a good book of philosophy. It's not the spiritual path. It's not your Sunday school course. It's not talking about Sunday school. It's not talking about the Bible, or maybe it is inadvertently. It's talking about the spirituality, your emotional spirituality. Well, finally I thought, well, this is good enough. I'm just not doing anything else, so I might as well do what she asked me to do. Well, one of the things that she asked you to do is to write morning pages every morning. Just about nothing. Just write. Just whatever pops into your head. And I finally said, I might as well give this a try. Who knows? It might help. Well, guess what? Doing that saved my life. My friend saved my life because she gave me that book. When another plan that I started the Looking at Lit Club thought, well, I think I'll do this for families. I'll be altruistic, and I'll do this for other people. Well, guess what? About the first day in, I realized that who I was really doing this for was myself. And so the books went from being, I don't know, Anne of Green Gables to The Artist's Way, because I realized that I'm not the only person who's seeking a path. I read and I write. So in July, the Looking at Lit Club will talk about The Artist's Way. And we'll read that together. And guess what? Another challenge, a writing a day, will begin on July 1st. So a reading a day is happening now. A painting a day is happening now. A drawing a day is happening now. On July 1st, a writing a day is going to happen. And guess what? If you don't find yourself in all that, I guess we'll just go to the next month and keep looking for other ways to unblock ourselves. So join me in The Artist's Way. I'm going to attach a link that tells you, the tentative, what I tentatively plan to do each month right now. I may change it, but I do know that on July 1st, I'm going to do The Artist's Way. On August 1st, I'll start Talk Everlasting, because the beginning of that book begins on the first day of August. So join me. Let yourself grow.